My ex is demanding our daughter to leave her service dog at my house when she comes to visit because his new girlfriend happens to share the same name with them, so I told him my daughter and her dog are staying with me for good. My ex, divorced for 9 years, and I have a 14-year-old daughter who sees them 2 to 3 weekends a month, depending on their work schedule. We have no official custody or visitation agreement in place. 3 months ago, my ex moved their girlfriend in after dating for 6 weeks. He says he's too old to do the silly dating thing and has decided to move on full throttle with her. Okay, fine. His life. I've met her 3 times during drop-offs and she seemed fine. I remarried 3 years ago and we have all co-parented very well. Okay, now on to the issue. My daughter has a chronic disease and an extensively trained service dog because of this. She's a German Shepherd if that makes any difference. We got her approximately 8 months ago. She was nearly 20K, so it took a lot of financial finagling and research for my ex and my spouse and I to both find and purchase her. She has been a godsend. Before Sherry came along, my daughter had wicked anxiety about going anywhere, especially school or out in public. She is, of course, medicated, but has breakthrough episodes which her MD attributes to puberty. She is closely monitored, but she still has them. Before Sherry, she would refuse to go anywhere for days at a time, and we ended up having a tutor come in so that she could keep up with schoolwork. I refused to completely homeschool her because I feel that if I did, she would withdraw from society completely. Enter Sherry, who has made a huge difference in her life. She goes everywhere with her, is a star at my daughter's high school, and my daughter has actually become almost extroverted. She has even joined theater club and is currently attending a summer workshop on it. She says just knowing that Sherry is with her lessens her anxiety, as now she knows when something is going to happen, and that coming to with Sherry curled up next to her comforts her, makes her know that she's safe during them. Now the issue. Guess what girlfriend's name is? You guessed it. First, she demanded we change the dog's name. I laughed and said that was not an option. Again, highly trained dog. You don't just go around changing an animal's name, anyway. And, she's almost 3 years old. I told his girlfriend if she didn't like sharing her name with a dog, she could change hers. That didn't go over well. Yesterday, my daughter came home crying, saying girlfriend is insisting that when daughter visits, Sherry should remain at home. I said absolutely not. I told my ex and his reply was, our daughter didn't have to dog for years and she was okay. She'll be okay now. I know what to do. I said that his knowing what to do wasn't the issue. I said that our daughter was not okay before she was anxious, borderline agoraphobic and miserable. He called me a drama queen and said if she brings Sherry with her, she can't come. I said fine. She won't be visiting. He said I was guilty of parental alienation and would take me to court if necessary. I said bring it on. My daughter is torn. She doesn't want to be without Sherry, but she also wants to visit her dad. So am I a jerk here? Commenter. Would your ex insist that your daughter leave a prosthetic limb at home, if his girlfriend didn't like it? I can't imagine any decent family court judge not telling this guy to get his priorities straight, and, yes, I have heard a family court judge tell someone this, ironically, because he prioritized his dogs over his kid. Update. So I sent a link to this post to my ex and he responded by calling my daughter and apologizing. He's still being a jerk as he is saying that they will do visits at his mom's house, a couple of streets away from him, as it still makes girlfriend upset hearing her name referring to a dog, whatever. So, for now, this is what they've worked out. He's happy, daughter is happy. She told me she really doesn't like his girlfriend but has been polite, and Sherry stays where she belongs with daughter. One thing I would like to point out, girlfriend's name is spelled Cherie with a little accent over the last E and pronounced Cherie, whereas our girl is plain old Sherry like Barry, so I think this was just girlfriend stirring the pot. Thank you all for helping me show X where his priorities should be. I originally put her diagnoses and the purpose of Sherry in the post, but it was flagged and removed for seeing medical advice. She has a disorder that starts with E and ends with Y. Sherry is a seizure response dog. The fact that she lessens my daughter's anxiety about not knowing when a seizure is coming on and having one in public is a huge bonus, but not the main purpose of Sherry's training. For the idiot who told me Sherry couldn't be an actual service animal because real ones don't cost money, no. She went through 1.5 years of training and we could only afford her because my parents put a second mortgage on their house and my ex, current spouse, and I all worked a second job until we had enough. We are not wealthy. I'm a CNA, my husband is a mechanic, and my ex manages a restaurant. We looked into organizations that subsidize the cost of a service animal, but the waiting lists were 3 years or more and we needed a dog now. We had to drive halfway across the country to pick her up. Although saying she is a medical device are 100% spot on. For now, my daughter is going to spend my ex's weekends with his mother, who loves Sherry as much as we do, and he is going to hang out with her there. He knows he's messed up, his mother and both of his sisters have all torn him new ones. But it takes him time to admit when he's wrong because he's a stubborn sob. This post has opened his eyes, but it also ticked him off to no end being called out. Older daughter says that Sil went over and told girlfriend off, but didn't provide details, and I'm trying really hard to be adult and not pump her for info lol. For those saying he's going to baby trapped, he had a vasectomy, thank goodness. Commenter. I am baffled by the childish behavior of the GF. It is not like you purposely named the dog with the same name. If I'm not mistaken, the dog came to you with that name, not that it matters. I hate to say my opinion or to sound harsh, but your ex needs to prioritize his daughter, and although I am there in the same house, I can just imagine the manipulation of the GF that goes on in that house. The moment a new partner starts to try and establish dominance or some sense of hierarchy, I think a relationship is going to suffer. Commenter 2. Also, what the jerk doesn't understand is that stress is a major trigger for her illness. Not having her there could set off episodes, and what is he going to do if he steps out for something? Does this GF know what to do if she has an episode? Can you be sure she would even help the daughter if she had one? See, as there is animosity between them over her support animal.